Chelsea 4, Manchester City 4, full-time Premier League game played, match day 12, and it all ends in stalemate. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic evening. And I'm yet back with another live video, as I promised, to discuss and dissect this entire game of football that ended in favor of no one. Chelsea have shown us that at the Stamford Bridge, when they are playing any team that is really one of the biggest teams in the Premier League, they are not willing to obviously let it go or drop all the 3 points. At least they rather collect 2 to see that everything really goes on as planned. Smash the like button close to 300 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as we obviously get to where we deserve to be as this channel. And it's really a very good result for teams like Arsenal, for teams like Liverpool, for teams like Manchester United, and the others that maybe believe they can obviously find themselves in a position of really chasing Manchester City and making them not being the first Premier League team to win 4 Premier League trophies in a row. And if at all Pep Guardiola goes ahead to win it this time round, it's going to be one of those moments that you'll see close to 2 or 3 teams tussle for the Premier League trophy in the final Premier League day. Not this. You can clip this. With how everything is happening right now in the game of football, it is not guaranteed for any team to go out and obviously get to know that we've gone ahead to win the trophy. 12 games played, Manchester City are having 28 points, as I'm going to show you on the Premier League table that I'm yet to obviously put up onto the screen. So let's kickstart it off and how the action really went down at the Stamford Bridge. Now, a penalty. I'm going to show you all these in slides. Erling Haaland was the first to score in the 25th minute. Then Thiago Silva leveled 4 minutes later, and Raheem Sterling gave Chelsea the first lead of the game in the 37th minute. Erling Haaland returned, and obviously towards the end of, I think it was Manuel Akanji, towards the end of the first half, he obviously leveled the game, and this game went to half time when it was in stalemate, 2-2. So at the beginning of the second half, Erling Haaland scores a goal that was subjected to VAR, and VAR proved that was not a handball to make it 3-2. Then Nicholas Jackson in the 67th minute leveled to make it 3-3. And Rodri in the 86th minute went ahead to obviously put in a shot, and it went into the back of the net. Then Carl Palmer in the 90th plus 50th minute went ahead to obviously put the ball into the back of the net after they got a penalty. And that's how the game of football really went down. And allow me throw you a little bit into this quick show of how everything really went down at the Stamford Bridge. As you see there, that is Cucurella. Obviously, is the man responsible for the penalty and got a red card. So he got a yellow card for that. You saw to it that Thiago Silva, by the way, won that header, but I don't know exactly what went to the head of Cucurella, because Thiago Silva was ahead of him and that ball was won by Thiago Silva. But because of his actions of really pulling Erling Haaland, as you see there, the referee pointed into the spot and it really went as a penalty. And Erling Haaland was really given a gift, because for him, he rarely misses penalties. Look at Erling Haaland. You see, this is what we call poor game reading, because if at all you are Cucurella, there is no way you could allow Erling Haaland to be in front of you, right? You cannot allow a player like him to be in front of you in such a moment. All you have to do is simple, do the needful, and go in front of him, and this won't happen. You'll win the ball and do the needful. But for Cucurella, he was just suspicious that maybe Thiago Silva is going to miss out on the header, but Thiago Silva had won the header. That is it. So for me, if at all I was Marc Cucurella, if I really pushed or pulled the shot of Erling Haaland, would have been sent for him to pull and really release. You know, pull and release. But when he pulled him, he never released him. However much Erling Haaland was running and busting into space where the ball was directed into that, I think it was by Bernardo Silva, into that area. So that was really ugly. It was really ugly of this man, and it showed how naive he did it. And I think pressures were just high, right? I think pressures were just high for him, and in just 21 minutes of the game, they considered a penalty courtesy of this man. Then VAR checked it, it was confirmed, and then Erling Haaland took it, and in the 25th minute, it was 1-0 in favor of Manchester City. Now, a free kick was awarded at the edge of 18 box area. Guess what happened? This is Rich James. Rich James went in for a free kick that curled into the upper corner, but Edison Molares went in for a very beautiful save, and that beautiful save resulted into a corner. And when that corner was really brought in, guess what happened? Thiago Silva ran onto the front post and headed it home to make it 1-1 for the side of Chelsea. That is Thiago Silva, leading by example. Though he's not the captain of the team, but you all get to know at the age of 38, 39, this man looks like he's still 20-something years. That's what I really hail about him. At that age, he really shows that he's still going and he's ready to run more and more and more and more for the team that he really plays for. So he leveled the game in like 4 minutes. They never allowed Man City to celebrate. That is how this game obviously went. And I think a draw was written all over this game, you know. Then after that, we go to Phil Foden went ahead to obviously force Sanchez, the goalkeeper of Chelsea, to save that curling effort towards the back post. And he obviously saved it very, very, very well. Then after that, obviously, Raheem Sterling went ahead to obviously give Chelsea the first lead. You know, that was really very, 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 very impeccable for Raheem Sterling, because Chelsea were really great in transition, and they went ahead to obviously look more and more clinical on the night. So that is it coming in from Raheem Sterling. But I want to show you what Vardio did. When you look at Vardio, he gets himself, this is Carl Palmer here. He passes the ball into this area. Now, instead of Vardio clearing this ball, guess what? He does miscontrol it, and it gets in the vicinity of Rich James. What does Rich James do? Rich James does the following. He puts in this cross. And you know, when it comes to him and the final ball, it was really a very pinpoint cross, you know, all cross. And it was on the ground, and it found Raheem Sterling. And that's why Raheem Sterling did this. Look, he places it into the back of the net. They checked for possible offside. There was no offside, and it was 2-1 in favor of the side of Manchester, in favor of Chelsea. And in the 37th minute, it was 2-1 for that side. So the game was really, 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 really very intensive, and a lot of work was really injected into this game. And Pochettino is proving to us that he's really a good manager. Then in the 41st minute, Erling Haaland faced the goalkeeper, as you see here. He went in for a shot, and he had a massive chance, but that chance really never went ahead to obviously stand. As you see him there, he obviously hit that ball, and when he hit it, it really went into the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper really saved it, and it was no goal. Then, but when you look at how Man City were really marking, this is poor marking. You know, I don't know how Erling Haaland gets space of shooting when you're having 1, 2, 3, meaning that the central defense partnership of Disasi and Thiago Silva really had lots of questions. Today, if at all Chelsea had better defenders, I don't think that certain goals of Man City would have gone ahead to go in. But all the goals that they really scored were really lacking, according to me. But this was another beautiful chance for Erling Haaland, but he was denied by Sanchez as he tried to obviously stop the player. Then let's talk about some things that obviously most of you never watched. This was Sterling, who netmagged Doku, and this was one of the moments I really captured. You see, him netmagging him, it was one of those moments that you'll obviously want to watch again and again and again. And Raheem Sterling obviously went ahead to really blag off out of him. Then, in the 45th minute plus the added minutes, guess what happens? Akanji heads it home to make it 2-2 for the side of Chelsea, for the side of Man City, and it ended 2-1. Sorry, it ended 2-2, and they went into the halftime when it was 2-2. But even this was really poor marking because Akanji gets a free header. A corner is brought in and Akanji gets a free header. That is what really showed me that Chelsea's defense was really bad, because another cross comes in through and Akanji gets a free header. That was really ugly defending by Chelsea. And I think these are things that at halftime in the dressing room, Pochettino sat his players down and told them, this is unacceptable. This can't be accepted for us to concede goals like this. But to me, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game. Now, at the beginning of the second half, in the 47th minute, Erling Haaland comes in through and obviously puts that ball in the back of the net, and it's 3-2 in favor of none other than Man City. So Man City led 3 times into this game. So this goal was subjected to a VAR check, whether a hand really or the elbow of Erling Haaland's hand had anything to do with the ball before it crossed the line. But the fact was, it was nothing to do with, there was nothing to do with, and it obviously went into the back of the net, and all was really proved okay. And that never really given a chance, and it was a goal. 3-2 in the 48th minute, Erling Haaland completing his brace on the day. Then later, it was Jeremy Doku trying to fake, he was trying to fake a penalty. He dived and he was subjected to a red card from the referee, and he said, what you are doing is really stupid and you deserve to get a yellow card. And it was later taken off, and Jack Grealish was obviously brought on. But talking about Jeremy Doku today, I don't think he had a very beautiful game. Even when he was playing Arsenal, Man United, he has not gone ahead to have a good game against big teams. I don't know, because is he meeting elite right backs? Because every time they bring him on when he's facing an elite right back, he obviously fails and he doesn't really deliver as expected. So the game was really intensing up in the 56th minute, and he obviously faked that and was obviously given a yellow card. Now, in the 59th minute, as you see, Carl Palmer went through or danced through the defense of Man City and he faced the goalkeeper. But because his foot was near to the ball, he couldn't obviously chip this ball over the goalkeeper, and he went in for a shot, and it was no goal, and it was saved by the goalkeeper, that is Edson Morales. By the way, if you are to ask me, one of the best performances I've seen Edson Morales coming through and obviously do the needful, I'll tell you this one. He really looked good. He looked good on the day, and Edson Morales went ahead to put up a show that everyone cannot deny. He put up a show tonight, and he deserves all the credit. That is Edson Morales and what he offered tonight. And it was a very huge save. Carl Palmer went in through. Then, Nicholas Jackson goes ahead to make it 3-3. Oh my God. And at this juncture, I got to know that any other team that scores, it's going to be the winner, because it was Chelsea leading first. Sorry, it was Man City leading first. Man City leading first. Chelsea leveled. Chelsea takes the lead. Man City levels. Then Man City takes the lead. And then Nicholas Jackson came in through and capitalizing onto that shot that was directed at the goalkeeper of Man City, that is Edson Morales. And he obviously fisted it back into the vicinity where Nicholas Jackson was. And Nicholas Jackson went ahead to obviously score that goal. And it was 3-3. For Nicholas Jackson, these are 4 goals in a space of 1 week. Remember, on Monday, he scored 4 goals. He scored 3, a hat-trick. And now he's going ahead to score another goal for himself. That is really great for Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea. And I think as a striker, all you need is that confidence. And he's getting that confidence, and great man coming in from Chelsea. What a signing by Pochettino. And it shows you that when you're having a very good scouting system, everything really goes on as planned. Now, there was another chance for Chelsea to take a lead in the 72nd minute. Sorry, this was another call of a penalty, as Edson Morales came in through, hit this ball, and it deflected off the hand of Kyle Walker, and it was subject to VAR check, but VAR said no reason. But I ask myself, was this hand in a natural position? When you look at this hand, it was nowhere near a natural position. That's what people really don't understand. And VAR is really inconsistent, and they should obviously up their game to see to it that they match the levels. But question marks are going to be raised onto this. I think Chelsea fans will come out and say this was the time you're going to cook them, if at all this man was obviously sent off, because he was the last man in here for you. And there was a player, Palmer, pressing him. And if at all he'd never really blocked this ball with his hand, maybe Carl Palmer would have gone to capitalize onto this, run into this space, and after allowing that space, he obviously faces an empty net. So I think Chelsea fans are going to raise a very huge alarm onto that. Then after that, Malo Gusto. To me, this was the best chance of the game. Look at Malo Gusto, where he was, released very well, and see where he pulls the ball up the post. This is a moment where you, as Malo Gusto, hit the ball and you get yourself a first goal for Chelsea and your first senior goal. But Malo Gusto came in for Rich James. But he really looked good in this area. Look at that spot. Though it was on his weak foot at the left foot, but we've seen him really do some good passing with his left foot. This was all about passing that ball either to the near post or curl it here. Simple as that. And Palmer was here just saying, I wish I were the one in that position. Because if I thought it was Carl Palmer, obviously, it goes into the back of the net. Ask the Arsenal fans, they know Carl Palmer better on the goal he scored against them into the Community Shield. But Malo Gusto missed out on a very beautiful chance. And one thing I've gone ahead to notice in these games, every time you miss these chances like that of Malo Gusto, you have to pay for it. That is it. Your team pays for it. And it was not far off when Rodri came ahead and obviously made it for 3. After Malo Gusto missed out on that chance, Rodri, for him, when he got a chance, he obviously buried it there. And by the way, at that point, I thought the game was done and dusted. Not until Ruben Diaz was obviously shown a very good skill set by Ahmad Broja. And when he was shown a very good skill set by Ahmad Broja, guess what happened? He brought him down and a penalty was awarded to Chelsea. And guess who took it? It was Carl Palmer. Carl Palmer, a player that was signed from Man City. He's 20 years of age. They paid £45 million. Chelsea think he was a bargain, and he has shown us how good he is. And his fifth left foot, he really went ahead to place this ball in the roof of the net. And this man here couldn't match the levels. And he obviously had to surrender and said, it's enough. I cannot do any better. And it was 4-4. And that's how the game of football really went ahead to end in a draw at the Stamford Bridge. Look at Carl Palmer celebrating with Sterling. And for your information, 2 of the players that have gone ahead to humiliate the side of Chelsea today were sold to Chelsea by Man City. Now, I would like to reflect a little bit to Arsenal. Man City, after selling Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal, and Arsenal almost failed them from winning the trophy last season, the board of Man City decided not to sell any player to the Arsenal side. You get? Now, after these 2 players they sold to Chelsea, I've gone ahead to torment them. Will they declare the same decree? Will they pass the same decree on Chelsea as they did on Arsenal? Because these players are really going to be very much pivotal in the season of Chelsea. And you never know, Chelsea might be getting back slowly by slowly into this beautiful game of football as people are not giving them a very good chance to obviously surpass where they're supposed to surpass. So that's how the game of football really ended, in favor of no one. It ended in a stalemate. And allow me throw you how these stats really went on the day and see who had what and what went where into this beautiful game of football. But smash the like button. We are having 200 people watching in through and we are only having 10 likes, guys. It's a shaming. Can we smash the like button to 100, guys? Let's smash the like button to 100, because the more you do that, the more we obviously thrive and obviously get to where we deserve to be as a team. Now, let's go to the stats as they were in the game. Chelsea had 17 shots. Man City had 15 shots. Now, before I get off the shots, I have something to submit But let me tell you that 17 shots and 9 were on target. Man City had 15 and 10 shots were on target. This is what I always tell you, that if at all you want to score many goals, half of your shots should be on target. And look at Chelsea, 17, 9, meaning that they had 9 times 2, that is 18. Then Man City, for them, they are really very, very clinical, that 10 out of the 15 were really on target. Now, this is my submission now. Man City is a very good team, but every time you go at it and reach their defense, obviously, you have to haunt them. That is it. For Pep Guardiola, he showed us that he never respected Chelsea. He played an open game, and that open game resulted into that. When he was playing Manchester United, he was a little bit rigid, Even when he was playing Arsenal, he was really a little bit rigid, He never opened up the midfield, but when he was playing Chelsea, he opened up every part of the pitch to obviously attack. And Chelsea capitalized onto that, and they really did the needful. And that double pivot of Chelsea, of Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo, really did a very good job in there for you. So 45% ball possession by Chelsea to get this against Man City, one of the best football possessed teams in the world. Kudos to Chelsea on the day. Then 55%, that is ball possession by Manchester City. 430 passes completed by Chelsea. Man City never even hit 600 passes. 514 passes put up by Man City. 84% passing accuracy by Chelsea. Man City had 89% passing accuracy in there for you. 12 fouls by Chelsea, 15 by Man City. 5 yellow cards to Chelsea, 3 yellow cards to Man City. 0 red cards to both teams. 1 offside to Chelsea and 0 offsides to Man City. 3 corners to both sides. That's how everything really went down at the stadium of Stamford Bridge. But to me, I like the game. And Man City is really facing what we call a hell of opponents. The Premier League is becoming one of the biggest teams to beat, especially when you face teams like Chelsea that have gone ahead to get in quality players, but all they're lacking is the chemistry. Chelsea and Man United are some of the teams that have gone ahead to be facing very huge injuries this season. But I think that will come to pass because Chelsea have gone ahead to obviously get almost their squad back. Nkunku is just weeks away from returning, and you all get to know that if at all Nkunku gets there, you all know that he will obviously be one of the people that are going to benefit that side of Chelsea, And I think it's really getting better and better. I think we're going to have the last half or the second half of the season is obviously going to be very, very interesting. If at all you love the game of football, the second half of the season is obviously going to be very, 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 very interesting because if Man City charges, Arsenal charges, Liverpool charges, Chelsea charges, Manchester United charges, I'm sorry, I'm not measuring Tottenham Hotspur because it's nowhere near these teams. When you look at the quality of players they have, they cannot match the levels of those 5 teams I've gone ahead to talk about. Manchester United, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, trust me, are really going to go for the run. And this draw has gone ahead to obviously put us into a situation that all of us wanted. How? Let me show you the Premier League table. Before we went into this game, we were having 3 teams joint top with 27 points. If Man City got a win today, they would have gone ahead, obviously, go to 30 points. But this is good news to all fans of Arsenal, good news to all fans of Liverpool, good news to all fans of Spurs. And for Spurs, let me first interject a little bit for Spurs, because for Spurs, they had gone ahead to lose 6 points in the last 2 games. But with a draw of Manchester City, Spurs are still in the vicinity to reach them because Man City is just 2 points ahead of Spurs. So when you look at this Premier League table, 12 games played, each 28 points by Manchester City. Liverpool has 27. Arsenal has 27. Spurs has 25. Look, even Aston Villa, 25 points. They're just 3 points off the top. So it shows you how easy it's becoming. And Man United is having 21 points, 7 points off the top. 5 points off the top four, and 6 points off Arsenal and Liverpool. So this is what I'm alarming. You'll tell me by the time we reach December, Spurs won't be in the top four. I think even Aston Villa will go down. Chelsea, I have all thoughts that they obviously have to come good because they've gone ahead to get a draw about Manchester City. And they've gone ahead to show us that they are not going to allow any team to boss them at the Emirates, provided it's a big team. So I don't know whether it's a small team mentality because small teams tend to obviously charge up when they are playing big teams. Newcastle are having 20 points. Brighton are having 19 points. West Ham are having 17 points. Chelsea is having 16 points. And Brentford is having 16 points. Now, for Chelsea, they really look far off the top four. But if at all they continue being consistent, then they can obviously find themselves in that position of really winning. But the concern is about this top four. Arsenal fans have to jubilate. I told you yesterday that all Arsenal should pray for is for them to win their game of Burnley, because I knew there were shocking results coming. With Spurs having those players out, injured, I always knew it that something was going to happen for Spurs. And Spurs is still dropping more points. I'm telling you this as Rock and David. Clip it out. Spurs is still losing more points, guys. Spurs is still losing more points, right? Guys, smash the like button. We are having 200 people watching in through and only 14 likes. Smash the like button, guys. Let's smash it to 100, guys. Smash the like button and continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Spurs is still dropping points. If I look at that table, Spurs is still dropping points because of the injuries they're really having. And Arsenal went to play the game yesterday against Burnley when they know that when they win, they're going to go ahead of Spurs by 1 point. They got their win. It was a hard fight. And all I knew, it was that Man City was not going to collect 3 points at Stamford Bridge. That is it. Why? For Chelsea and all what they've gone ahead to do this season, they've shown us that when they're playing any team at home, they don't really give them a chance. My first shock was against Arsenal. I really thought that Arsenal was going to terrorize that side of Chelsea. But at half times, I think around 50 minutes, Chelsea was leading the game by 2-0. 2-0. 2-0 was the result. I was really shocked. But Arsenal fought back and really got a draw. They drew with Liverpool. I think it was 2-2. That was the opener of the season. They've gone ahead to draw with Man City. They are not allowing any team to come and obviously collect 3 points at their stadium. But I think they should obviously be a better defending team, because if they do that, it will obviously get them to where they deserve to be as a side. Now, let's go into your comments before we obviously call it off, as this result goes ahead to really give us the best. Then I'm having Monson Nicholas. Congratulations to City for great work. It wasn't easy for them. Yeah, it wasn't easy for City because they are playing away from home, and it shows you the mentality of the players of Manchester City. That is it. Their mentality is really huge. But one thing that we should all agree, they are really missing Kevin De Bruyne. That is it. They are missing Kevin De Bruyne because Kevin De Bruyne gives them a lot of outlets. You know, in a game like this, he would obviously try to find them a winner. When you look at those 3 free kicks that you got at the edge of the Tinas box area, at least Kevin De Bruyne could pull out a moment of magic. And you've seen it in very many games that Kevin De Bruyne has gone ahead to pull out a moment of magic for the City side. And he's one of those players that are really missing hugely, and they deserve to get him back. That is it. They deserve to get him back, and it's supposed to be really important for the side of City. So amidst them having almost the entire squad around, but there is that missing piece in the jigsaw. He ticks all the boxes of the attacks of Man City when he's around. That is Kevin De Bruyne. But the good thing is that he's back on the green grass, and around December towards Christmas is going to be back. And I think that will be the best period to really want him back. He has rested himself and he's going to be back. And I know around January, this man is going to be charged, and Man City might turn out to be a juggernaut again. But I really anticipate that teams like Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool are all going to go on and do the needful and really get in players in the January transfer window, because that charge is 100% needed if at all you are to go on and do the trophy. For Arsenal, I'm not going to be surprised, because they are willing to spend 80 million pounds on Moise Caicedo and 80 million pounds onto Mikhailo Modric in the January transfer window, meaning that they're going to replicate the same system, and they're really willing to charge up during the January transfer window. Let's go to Cherop Alex. Guys, the show has ended where both nets produced 8 goals. This was dangerous. Yeah, dangerous, but it was enjoying. Guys, the game of football is all about goals. And the main reason as to why VAR was brought in was to see to it that more goals get in. And FIFA and the board that obviously looks and draws things to see to it that this game of football really becomes more enticing, they believe that the more goals that get in, the more the fans really enjoy. That's what FIFA really believes in. And I also believe in it, that the more goals, the more the fans will enjoy the game. And no one will ever doubt that, because we celebrate goals. However much there are saves that we obviously go on and really see from the goalkeepers, skill-setted players skipping past others like you saw today, Raheem Sterling net mugging, Jeremy Doku, all that is fun. But the climax, the epitome of the fun in the game of football is goals. And today has been a goal galore. It has been a goal galore. It has rained and poured. That is it. It has rained and poured goals at the Stamford Bridge. And that's what any game of football should be like, So I liked it when Pochettino opened up, not really looking a low block team, and he submitted and said, I have to go on and really get a result. And Pochettino is really imposing himself onto that job of Chelsea. And I think his bosses are really happy for what is really going in through. And the good thing is that he's really having a checkbook board, and he's going to really sign in any player that he wants. All he has to do is to fight to finish in the top 5 positions. He goes to the Champions League, such that Chelsea can sign players that want to play in the Champions League. And if Chelsea finishes in the top 5, trust me, they're going to be one of those teams that are going to disturb us in the market. They are going to go for everything. They've so far spent close to £1 billion in 3 windows: the January transfer window, the summer transfer window of 2022, and the summer transfer window of 2023. They've gone ahead to obviously spoil it, splash the money everywhere, and I think they're now having the right manager for the job. Kahendo Oliver, already the game was huge, both sides in terms of attacking, using the chances. Definitely was no respect for each other. Yeah, that's it. Going to this game, by the way, we would have gone ahead to think that maybe Chelsea was going to obviously respect Man City and obviously play a little bit of a low block and hit them on the break. Pochettino said no to that. They freely expressed themselves on the field of play, and they really did all what they had to do to see to it that this team gets to where it deserves. Guys, only 22 likes. Guys, it's a shame. Let's continue to smash the like button to 100 likes. We're only having 20 likes. Let's smash the like button, guys. No respect. By the way, kudos to Pochettino, not respecting Chelsea at all. That is it. So, Man City came in all, and even Chelsea went in all. So it was a head-to-head match that resulted into us, we fans of football, really enjoying it, and it was really great. And guys, if at all Premier League football can be with teams that don't play low blocks, even those teams, the relegation, like you see in the La Liga and the Bundesliga, then this league is going to continue to really be more and more and more enjoying. Because imagine when a team like Burnley comes at Chelsea and opens up like that, like it's an end-to-end game. Aisha Namakula, the game of the season, obviously it is contending. I don't remember a game this season that has been really flowing like this. It has been too fluid. It has been too fluid. And 8 goals in a game of a team like Manchester City. When you look at Manchester City, it's having some of the best backlines in the world. I'm not lying. Kyle Walker is one of the best right backs in the world. Vadio is one of the best left backs and left-handed centre backs in the world. Ruben Diaz is one of the best central defenders in the world. Ekanji is yet to prove himself, but he is also undoubted about what he does on the field of play. So that back line is really hard to go through. When you look at Rodri, he's the best CDM, but I think getting Bernardo Silva and playing him into the double pivot with Rodri was a huge mistake by Pep Guardiola, and he later realized it. And guess what he did? He went ahead and brought Kovacic in. I think even if it wouldn't have been Kovacic, you start Matthias Nunes into that midfield, because if you get hold of that, I think you can really stop the fluidity of Chelsea into your final third. But it was only Rodri playing a single pivot, and in that midfield, Chelsea had Enzo Fernandez, they had Moise Caicedo. Those two are really intensity players, and they are really talented. They are press resistant. They can use the ball well. And ahead of them, there was another donkey that works hard. That is Conor Gallagher. I think a little bit Pep Guardiola just minimized Chelsea, and really thought that our Chelsea is really not all that good. They are trying to obviously build up a cohesion in between them. Let me go for a weak midfield and play Julian Alves as a central attack midfielder, Rodri as a CDM, and Bernardo Silva alongside him. And I think that gifted them different things altogether. And Chelsea also utilized onto that. And it's saw to it that most of the goals that Chelsea were ahead to score were obviously because of that fault that they really made. Jala Christopher, the result is favoring teams which are chasing Man City. Yeah, going into this international break, when you're Arsenal, when you're Liverpool, when you're Spurs, I think you have every reason to obviously laugh off and see to it that you win most of your games. And you win most of your games. If at all you're a team like Arsenal, Liverpool, and so on and so forth, all what you have to do is simple. Go ahead and continue doing what you're supposed to do. That is it. Liverpool, capitalize onto your games, as I'm going to take you through the matches of the next 3-4 matches that you're going to play in December until the end of the December season, and see how Chelsea is obviously going to fare. Let's go to Lil Nat was laughing. Then Toby Maguire, hello Rokani, I'm an Arsenal fan and do strongly agree with your analysis. Or thank you very much. Arsenal fans are really jubilated. They're smiling from ear to ear because of this result that's going to hate to coming through from Chelsea. Chelsea have put up a fight, and if you're an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, Spurs fan, even Man United, you really believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel to at least clinch this trophy or make it hard for Man City to win it. Kwabena Asare, I like the way Chelsea performed this evening. I hope they'll keep it up. Congrats. Let me dive a little bit into that. Chelsea has gone ahead to play home, and they've gone ahead to lose some games. They lost against teams like, let me show you the games they've gone ahead to lose at home ever since this season really started. I want to read them for you. I want to be really great about it. All right. Chelsea at home in the Premier League, they lost to Nottingham by 1-0. That is it. They lost to Aston Villa by 1-0. I want to note all those teams that Chelsea have gone ahead to lose at home. Chelsea, they lost to Brentford 2-0 at home. So they've gone ahead to lose 3 games at home. But the 3 games they've gone ahead to host at home when they're playing big teams, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City, they've gone ahead to collect 3 points and fought for a draw. The big question is, are Chelsea developing what we call a small team mentality? Because it's small teams that obviously behave like how Chelsea is behaving. That when you're playing big teams at a home, we won't allow any defeat. We won't allow any defeat. So Pochettino needs to show us that he can turn this into a fortress it was. That, however much I'm getting a point from these big sides, teams like Nottingham, teams like Brentford, teams like Aston Villa cannot come here and boss us at our pitch. We need to turn Stamford Bridge into a fortress. That's what's supposed to do, because even if you beat Manchester United, you beat Arsenal, you beat Liverpool, you beat Tottenham Hotspur at Stamford Bridge, and you lose to Aston Villa, Newcastle, Brentford, Fulham, maybe Nottingham Forest, and so on and so forth, you won't be anywhere near the top 4, because the other teams compromise of close to 14 in number of that Premier League table. So those are 28 fixtures, meaning that you rather lose the 8 fixtures when you're playing against the big teams, at home, you rather lose the 4 fixtures when you're playing away at home and win the 15 fixtures. Because when you win 4 fixtures of those big teams, you get 12 points. When you win 15 of the other small teams, you get 45 points. What would you go for? I think 45 is a bigger number than that 12-point difference. So if he goes on to do that, then he won't even survive. A sack will be nearing him, because drawing with Man City, making Arsenal draw points at your stadium, Liverpool, and you don't win against these small teams, it's really, really unacceptable. It's really unacceptable, and it's a fuss for a manager like him. So cheer up Alex is saying Sterling ran the show. Yeah, Sterling really had a very beautiful game. He really had a very good, beautiful game, and I think he deserves kudos. So guys, smash the like button to 100. We are having 31 likes, guys, only. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel. And if at all you want to join our WhatsApp group, see to it that we continue with the conversation, allow me pin it there. Where is our WhatsApp group? Let me try to get our WhatsApp group here, such that you guys can join our WhatsApp group, and really we continue with the conversation as far as this is really concerned. My WhatsApp group, where are you at? Where are you at? Where is the WhatsApp group? Where is it? All right, it's here. Let me pin it there. Rokani Media Football WhatsApp group. So guys, you can come in through and obviously join it. Join it, and let's continue the conversation that side. I'm pinning it on the top. We discuss everything concerning any team there. So I've pinned the WhatsApp group on the top. So guys, continue to join our WhatsApp group. The more you continue to join, then everything will go on. Talking about Sterling scoring the second goal that gave Chelsea the lead. And he obviously was everywhere on the pitch. He was marauding on the left. He was marauding on the right. He was marauding through the central axis of the pitch. That is this guy. He's really good and doing lots of things that are really taking us to where we deserve to be as we the fans of football. I support Man United, but I can tell you I enjoyed the game. This game was enjoyed by every fan. Apart from the result, that was a draw, that I was going to hate to see that Man City has been forced to obviously hold the handbrake a little bit and not put their foot on the pedal again to overtake Arsenal and Liverpool by 3 points as we go into the international break. Guys, this game was good. It was good. No team played a low block. There was no respect for one another. It was an end-to-end game that we all enjoy today, and hope you guys agree with me. And Cherop Alex is telling me that this guy ran the show. That is telling. Emmanuel Orikoyot, I wanted Chelsea to win. Oh, but they never got the win. But it's because of their poor defensive methods that they failed themselves. But they really deserved. And join us, guys, because we bring you all news from other teams. Chelsea, Arsenal, apart from Manchester United. If at all you want to get me doing Manchester United, a team that I support, follow the channel or search for the channel as United Matters channel. That's where you're going to get me. So, a Chelsea fan, I know, hard luck next time, but your defense was really very open. It led to all the comedy he saw today. Twinomu Junichiza Hillary, Chelsea is getting better already. However, it shouldn't surprise as they have the best players in the league. Chelsea is not having the best players in the league. Now, let me ask you, if you are to choose the best 11 in the league, does Chelsea have any player that fits in any of the positions? We're talking about the best players in the league. The best goalkeeper in the league is Alisson Becker of Liverpool. I think the only player they have that can come and contend is Reece James as the best left back, the best right back in the league, because if he does not really get all those injuries, he's the best left back. He's the best right back in the league. To me, the best left back in the league is who? Luke Shaw is not playing, cannot come into contention. Who is the best left back in the league? Zinchenko, no. But I think it should be in between Luke Shaw and which other guy? But Chelsea don't come close to having the best left back in the league. Now, when we go to the central defense, the best right-sided center back in the league is William Saliba of Arsenal. That is it. The best left-sided center back in the league, I think, is injured. Would have been Lisandro Martinez of Man United, but he's injured. But for that, you can talk about Nathan Ake, you can talk about Vadio, you can also talk about Gabriel Magalhaes of Arsenal. You get? You can also talk about Gabriel Magalhaes of Arsenal. You get? So Chelsea cannot compete even there. When you go to the central midfield, if you're playing a system of 4-3-3, the best CDM in the league is Rodri. Let's all agree with that. The best CDM in the league is Rodri. Not so? Alongside him, you cannot underlook a player like James Maddison. He's having a very good season. You know, you cannot underlook a player like Martin Odegaard. You know, Kevin De Bruyne. Although he's not here, but no one is matching his levels. You know, meaning that Chelsea, Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Conor Gallagher cannot come close. Let's go to the best right forward in the league. It's Bukayo Saka. You know, it's Bukayo Saka. Then the best left forward, Rashford is struggling this season. Martinelli's back is on fire. Chelsea don't have a consistent left forward. They can play Mikhailo Modric there. They can play Raheem Sterling there. You know, they don't have a constant left back to compete. You know, I think you can give it to either Martinelli or Mitoma. Who else? Jeremy Doku. Yeah, Jeremy Doku is also doing great. So the best center forward in the league is known, Erling Haaland. So I don't really think that they're having the best players in the league. I mean most talented players in the league. Even talented. Talent, Chelsea is building up a good squad, because if Chelsea can line up with Sanchez in goal, Reece James right back, left back Ben Chilwell. If at all Wesley Fofana returns and really plays with Levi Colwill or this other guy, Buddy Shield, they look good. Double pivot, Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, Kyle Palmer, Mikhailo Modric or Raheem Sterling, and Nkunku to lead the line. I think they'll be having a very good team. They're really having a very good team. They're talented, but even if you're having talent, it's obviously reflected onto the field of play. So thank you very much to Nomujuni. Sianongo, I am a Chelsea fan. I think we are slowly coming back. I'll only say you are slowly coming back when you start winning games of small teams at home. But when you are going ahead to obviously have what we call a small team mentality, and you win or you fail big teams at your place and you don't fail small teams at Stamford Bridge, then that's a small team mentality that you need to erase from the brain of your players. Makolo Hassan, good afternoon. Good for Arsenal. Yeah, good result for Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur. Even Aston Villa, by the way. Aston Villa is now 5 points behind Man City. Have you known that? And I think when you look at their games they're going to play, you really need to understand how this is obviously going to turn out. Then I'm having call. Chelsea won that game 6 for referee didn't give Chelsea 2 penalties while he gave City a fake penalty. This penalty was not fake, guys. Let's not lie. This penalty was not fake. I've been a critic of the VAR, but you can't tell me that penalty is fake. Is that penalty fake, guys? This guy brings the player down. It's not a fake penalty. Why? Haaland is running the vicinity where the ball is. However much Thiago Silva won it, but this guy, Cucurella, was too naive to obviously pull the player and not release him. If Cucurella pulled the shirt of Haaland and obviously released it, I would have gone ahead to say it was a fake penalty. But here, no fake penalty. This penalty was valid. Which Chelsea penalty are you really talking about that they missed? I think the referee had a very good go at this game. Let's not try to factor out things. But the problem of Chelsea is that they defended poorly. Let's call it out. Let's call a spade a spade. You know, they defended poorly and they gave out easy goals, you know. Then Makolo Hassan, Chelsea is most likely to win next season. They look good. No, all they need is to get Nkunku back. Chelsea have had a problem of not really having a person who can obviously score them very many goals. I'm not obviously downplaying the efforts of Nicholas Jackson, but when you look at the number of goals he's going to score, he has gone ahead to score a hat-trick against Spurs. You know, he has gone ahead to score today, and he has 6 Premier League. He has 6 champions. He has 6 Premier League goals. You know, but he needs Nkunku back. You know, they need Ben Chilwell back. So their injuries are obviously coming to an end, and I think they can obviously do great. So let's go and see who is the top scorer of the Premier League. Let's see the Premier League. Where are you? I want to let you know who the top scorers are. Where are the top? Haaland is having 13 goals, right? Mo Salah is having 10. I think that's where they are now. Let's see what other matches these teams are going to play. Now, Man City is really having a heck of a season. After playing against Chelsea away, they are hosting Liverpool on the 25th of November. You know, they are hosting Liverpool. You know, then Newcastle is hosting Chelsea, another huge game. Can Chelsea go away and obviously capitalize onto this and obviously see themselves win? Arsenal is playing about Brentford. It's also not an easy game, right? Then Newcastle, Tottenham is hosting Aston Villa. Huge games, and those are the first games we're going to see when we return from the international break. 25th, 26th, and 27th. United is playing Everton on a Sunday. Have you heard that? United is playing Everton on a Sunday. That is it. And that's how everything is going to go on and pan out at the side of the what's the side? At the side of the Premier League. But the table, Man City, 28 points, Arsenal, 27 with Liverpool, Tottenham, 26, Aston Villa coming in through with 25, you know, and Manchester United coming in through with 21 points. That's how the table is really looking. I'm having Musingwe Jafali. Thanks, already. I'm very happy here in Mbale. Busajabwa now. That table is balanced. Yeah, that table is really balanced. And for any purist of a game of football, I think you're going to hit to enjoy this game more and more and more. So, guys, I think I've gone ahead to say everything. Not so? I'm signing out for now. See you later. But we want to see 100 likes smashing this video. Look, 100 people watching in through and only 33 have gone ahead to smash the like button. Let's smash the like button to 100 times. But I thank you for watching in. Subscribe to this channel because we want to hit how many subscribers? 18,000 subscribers before the end of this week. And that should be done ASAP. And I wish I could leave this live when I've gone ahead to hit that number. But obviously, you guys will do the needful. And thank you for obviously watching in through. We've been close to 8,000 people on this video. And smash that like button to 100. My name is Rokan David. Chelsea 4, Man City 4. Let the conversation continue in the WhatsApp group that I'm going to have to pin up there and see what you guys have to say about it. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Rokan David remains my name. I'm out.